everyone's been telling me to watch this new Gigguk video because apparently it's good. I don't know where I became the Gigguk guy, but I watch the Gigguk videos because I like him. He was one of my first favorite YouTubers. A lot of people don't know this. And I also like when an anime leaves me speechless. It doesn't happen a lot, but when it happens, it hits so different.
Go beyond! Plus!
When we think of iconic...
That was a sick moment, by the way. That was a good moment. I will admit. That MHA scene, first, I really like that because at the end of the first season, you saw the power ceiling, right? It's a very important idea, establishing a power ceiling. And that was that. When my dude All Might unleashed his power there at the end of season 1, we were like, damn, this is what Deku is trying to reach. And then they completely pooped on it when it turns out Deku had 14 more quirks.
Anime moments, we think of stuff like, yo, that was so hype, or that was so sad, or damn, that was so shocking. But when you watch enough anime, you start to notice familiar patterns in the premise, the stories, and definitely the moments that define them. A big climactic fight, a plot twist you don't see coming, a sad death of a character. There are so many great moments.
Shit literally shows a character that doesn't die. What an absolute Giga Chad.
It's like these that are extremely powerful.
Oh, I love all the Code Geass moments. For me, the end of Code Geass is the highest impact scene in all of anime. It will forever be the highest. There has never been a scene or an ending of a show or a story ever that has topped this for me. This is why Code Geass will stay at the very, very pinnacle of the best anime of all time.
In their own ways, but isn't something you generally haven't seen before. Yes, Demon Slayer episode 18 is absolutely hype, but so are a lot of other beautifully animated high-intensity fight scenes. But sometimes there's a moment in an anime that just sticks out for me for different reasons. Some may even say that they hit different.
You just said the thing!
Ah, I said it!
Oh my god, he literally made the same joke as me and Gigguk sharing a brain cell.
I said the thing! Moments that might not be the most hype, most iconic, most talked about, or even the most memorable, but for one reason or another, they've
Oh yeah, that's one of them. That's memorable.
just refused to leave my mind. So I've compiled a short list of Gigguk's random anime moments that live rent-free in my mind in no particular order or...
That is so funny. I was literally gonna make this video. I actually made a tweet just a couple of weeks ago that give me some anime moments that live rent-free in your head, and I was gonna make a video like that. Maybe I still will.
Theme. Yes, I'm only making this so I can nerd out about shit I don't get to talk about enough. Obviously, there's going to be spoilers, so I'll make sure to show what I'm going to talk about before I start each segment, but if you're anything like me, I have this awful habit of discovering shows and movies I want to watch by watching out-of-context scenes I've recommended on YouTube.
None of those.
Scenes I've recommended on YouTube, even if they are full of spoilers. I know, okay?
That's
So
just
hey,
sad,
maybe
bro.
you're as broken as I am, but without further ado,
Dude said butt and showed a butt. This is top-tier editing.
let's get to it. But before I start my first pick, a quick word from today's sponsor.
Today's sponsor? Me. I am today's sponsor. A guy here just sitting here doing his thing, vibing around that you should subscribe to. And also go to my Patreon for exclusive Nux content where I talk about times I get canceled by Twitter. That happened.
Music performances. The climactic moment in any music anime that separates the men from the boys, the women from the girls, the beeps from the boops. I'm not even a big music guy, but great performances can be some of my personal favorite moments in all of anime. There is a wave of emotion you can...
Oh, why would you do this to me? Why would you Oshino Ko? Oh, I'm Oshino coming right now.
get that is different from a hype fight scene or a sad dramatic scene. Haruhi, K-On!, Your Lie in April, Angel Beats. There are a lot of iconic music scenes in anime.
I think that last scene at the end of Angel Beats was pretty iconic. That's a good point.
But to me, no performance has made me feel such a journey of emotions as much as Kids on a Slope, episode 7.
I have no idea what this is. I have never even heard of this anime.
When you hear that the director and composer of Cowboy Bebop are teaming up again to work on a music drama revolving around jazz, you get excited. And this is coming from someone who doesn't know the first thing about jazz, except that one of the main tracks used in the show is the jazz classic Monin, which is aptly named because every time I hear that sexy jazz beat, it got me
Monin, get it?
feeling like... Wait, no, wrong clip. Yeah, that'll do. It's
My man.
Japan in the 1960s, and you have two best friends who are about one seductive look away from kissing their homies goodnight and shouting no JoJo. But at this point in the series, they are having a little bit of a lover's tiff. They aren't talking to each other, their music group has broken up, and their drummer has gone and joined another band right before the big school festival music performance.
That is drama.
But, oh no! Something's gone wrong before they're about to get on stage!
Oh no.
The setup was predictable, we knew what was coming, but that didn't detract from the magic we were about to see. The school is treated to the purest unplanned jam session between two musicians you could ask for, doing their own rendition of The Sound of Music's My Favorite Thing to Snow White's Someday My Prince Will Come. For 4 glorious minutes, their musicians become their voice actors. Not a single line of dialogue is uttered between them, but you understand everything they are saying to each other through the language of music, and like the audience, I was absolutely mesmerized.
So for me, I like well animated music on like in anime. The right keys on the piano are being hit while the music is going, and it makes the actual right sounds. I'm just like, ah.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of illiterate when it comes to trying to break down or describe music, so all I can say is that the beeps and the boops fired up neurons in my brain so hard, it might as well have turned the serotonin being released into goddamn crack. Yo, this scene was so good. This jabs are so sexy, it got me more bricked up than all ecchi fan service anime I've watched combined. And just when I thought I couldn't get more bricked up, just when I thought they couldn't peak any harder, they pulled this out. In my mind, too many anime feel the need to talk over their performances, to tell you exactly what the characters are thinking, to tell you exactly what you should be.
Ash sends out Pikachu, Brock in the stands. Oh my god, Ash used Pikachu, even though his opponent is a rock type. You know Pikachu's not very effective on it, is he? What's Ash thinking?
And the beauty of this scene is they just let the music do the talking. From the perfectly accurate animation, to the callback to previous songs, to the character developments you see on stage, to the emotions this made me feel. This scene is a fucking masterpiece and my all-time favorite music performance I've ever seen in an anime.
Understandable. That's cool. I never saw that, nor have I heard of it, nor will I watch it, but I'm glad you talked about this today, Gigguk. Makes me happy to see the inside workings of your mind. Alright, I'm ready.
Voice acting. Without voice acting, we'd be watching a silent...
I saw this, I was like, why is there a penis on the red button?
Voice acting, we'd be watching a silent film, and great voice acting can elevate the most emotional scenes from an anime into something even more spectacular. Or it can break it. There have been so many amazing moments of voice acting that I've seen in anime, I can't even come close to listing them all. From
it's the potato chip. It's all about the... I'll take a potato chip and eat it! And then the epic music in the background. Oh, yes.
The serious to the sad, hype to emotional to performances that are downright spellbinding, like... Restless Vagrant. You idiot. We'll just steal off the miners. Now clearly, the art of voice acting peaked here, but that's a video game. Amazing voice acting features in some of the most iconic scenes in all of anime. So it's incredible that the first thing that
yeah, that was a wild one.
Comes to mind when I think of a single voice acting scene that dropped my jaw to the floor is not from this. Or this, but from a slightly above average studio trigger show that no one...
Why would you talk about the random slightly above studio trigger show that no one ever heard of?
...bloody remembers. When supernatural battles become commonplace.
Dude, it's just every episode 7. My man's just out here saying, alright, these are the 6 best episode 7s in anime. I know it sounds weird, but I'm British, so don't question me.
Jirai here is a Chinibyo. What does that mean? He's an edgy, try-hard fuckboy. Think of every overplayed trope every bland isekai protagonist thinks makes them badass. Having a special power, possessing some super secret knowledge that only they know that makes them better than everyone. Basically, everything that Sid from Eminence in the Shadow tries to be without a shred of self-
What do you mean tries to be? Everything he is!
Awareness. That's this guy here, and Hakuto has had enough.
Oh, I think I've seen this clip. I know what's going.
So you have chosen death.
Think of everything you've ever wanted to scream and shout at every edgy, too cool for school teenager you've met, and that's where Hakuto is. Because for 2 unstopping, uncut, unfiltered minutes, she just unloads.
How long? How long?
Because for 2 unstopping, uncut, unfiltered minutes, she just unloads. She pops off and just...
Oh my god, this is the speech to end every edgelord. All edgelords collectively died.
Just keeps going and going and going, and just when you think she's run out of oxygen, she continues for another goddamn minute while upping the intensity.
Dog, how have you watched 7 episodes of this show? This looks so bad.
It is downright captivating.
I mean, at least she listens to him better than your girlfriend listens to you.
The most amazing thing about this is that it was rumored to be done in one take. The voice
No!
Voice actress Saori Hayami had one shot, one opportunity, and she took it. Mom spaghetti. Stories from the staff members came out about how she nailed this on one take and left everyone in the recording booth in silence. And honestly, I can't blame them, because I think I'd realize soon that I just witnessed one of the best voice acting moments in history.
That's insane! And everyone collectively clapped.
Damn. Restless Vagrant got some competition.
Bro, insane. She killed it. All right, like, I wouldn't say that that's a scene that would live in my head rent-free. Frankly, that's a scene that looked incredibly mid. But that's a wild performance. My God. I will never watch that show. That show looks horrible.
I love anime fans, but goddamn, some of y'all got that TikTok brain. If there's not a character getting punched or something exploding every 5 minutes, I gotta start playing some Subway Surfer at the bottom of the screen to make sure you guys are paying attention.
I mean, frankly, I would pay more attention to Subway Surfer than Recreators. Every time I say that I think Recreators is boring, I have the same 16 head-ass idiots in my chat and in my comment section. What are you saying? Look, you just didn't understand the deep Recreators lore and super... There's one good character in Recreators, and it's the magical girl, and the show's boring. That's right, I said it.
But when done right, nothing is more engrossing to me than a good dialogue scene. Eren confronting Reinher, Yang Wenli meeting Reinhard, pretty much anything from Monogatari. These are moments of nothing but characters talking that had me glued onto the screen more than any Michael Bay Mega Man ass explosion ever could. But the one dialogue scene I always come back to is the Banquet of Kings.
Yeah! This is rent-free. You, Mr. Guck, you have surpassed my expectations. When I saw the first two, it was some music performance, and then I was like, oh, okay, it's freaking yelling schmizzles. Oh, you're cringe. I was like, this is just gonna be 5 incredibly, ridiculously niche freaking opinions that I'll never hear of. And then he launches this baby. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the greatest scenes in anime. Was it episode 7? I don't remember.
Fate Zero, episode 11.
Ah, literally so disappointed right now.
Alright, pause. Now I know this is less a scene and more an entire bloody episode, but that's how gripping it is.
Dude, it does not feel like an episode. It feels like 2 minutes and then like, wait a second, that's the whole episode?
I've watched this subbed, I've watched this dubbed, I've watched this goddamn raw, and I'm still hooked from minute 1 to minute 20. And no, it's not because I get another chance to explain Fate. Alright, so let me explain Fate. What is it now? We've got a battle royale to the death going on, where there can only be one victor out.
Oh my god, he's actually explaining Fate again. He actually has to go through the lore to explain this scene. No, you don't. Oh, these are just 3 kings from 3 different eras with 3 different ideologies of what makes a king. And then Ryder basically drags his balls across the competition and cements himself as one of the greatest anime characters of all time, realizing himself as not only one of the greatest characters, not only one of the greatest kings, not only a figure that I would name my son after.
Out of 7 teams that comprise of 7 mages who are paired up with a hero either from legend or real world history. I can't believe I'm fucking doing this again. Now at this point,
I feel like this dude's explained Fate more times than he's had to explain to his mom why his hands are covered in...
We are well into this battle royale. People have died, battles have already been fought, every team is at each other's throat. Then, out of nowhere, one of the heroes busts through the enemy stronghold, turns up at their doorstep, faces off with them, and he's like,
"Let's drink!"
Fancy going to the pub and grabbing a pint?
Dying the life of
Don't you dare make Ryder British! He's so cool! Don't do this to my man!
a true Brexit geezer. Rev up the Bugatti, hop down, have a couple pints with the lads.
That's right. No swords, no fights. What proceeds to happen is a whole episode of 3 of the heroes sitting around in a circle drinking and...
These are mortal enemies. Guys that next time they see each other, they will be trying to kill each other.
And talking.
Just a bit of banter.
This is a prime example of what happens when you put a bunch of interesting, larger-than-life characters in the room together and let them carry a
An Iris Veil.
scene with dialogue alone. Because while at the beginning, it's nice just to see these characters interacting without the pretense of a fight, it really starts to kick off when the topic of what it means to be a true king comes up.
I have every intention of plundering your abundant storehouse until it's been laid bare, so get ready.
That is hardly fitting. of how a true king should behave.
You have Archer, Gilgamesh, Ryder, Alexander the Great, and Saber, King Arthur. 3 legendary kings from their respective time period.
I just get chills thinking of this scene. There's a reason why Fate Zero is in my top 5 favorite anime of all time, and this is one of the reasons.
With 3 different types of kingship, one of selfishness, one of ambition, and one of duty. Each of them presenting their case while tearing the others down, and it is enthralling. Because while there are no throne, I would argue that this is one of the most compelling fights in all of Fate Zero.
And it's also wild because they don't actually call each other by their names. They're like, what about you, King of Knights? What about you, King of Heroes? What about you, King of Conquerors? Like, they're known by the title of kingship that they have. Oh, it's just such a beautiful scene. I could literally gasm about this scene for hours.
It's a battle of ideologies, using their words as their weapons. Not a single line is wasted, not a single useless sentence is uttered. This is what Twitter users see in their mind's eye. And what I love is just how bloody convincing they actually are. You don't start believing they're kings because the plot told us they were. You can see it. You start believing in them yourselves with the words that they say, because goddamn, it is delivered in an inspiring way for the people in its fictional universe and in real life as well.
You, who became a ruler, only to satisfy your endless greed.
A king without greed is even worse than a figurehead!
Damn.
Saber.
At least he's honest, because every king is greedy, all right? Let's be real here. Every king, every ruler, every political leader, they're all greedy. But
Ryder admits it. You said you would martyr yourself for your ideals. In life, you must have been something akin to the purest of all the saints. But who can truly admire the rough and thorny path that a martyr must follow in life? Who actually dreams of such an ending?
damn.
Okay.
You can revere someone who does not live a life that you want to live? Ah!
Must be greedier than any other. He must laugh more loudly and rage for much longer and embody the very extreme of all things, good and evil.
Can we just replace all the Giga Chad memes with this man's face, please?
Man's out here making a case for being a tyrannical leader, and I'm somehow being convinced. Because I think the most amazing thing about this scene is that objectively, they are all right, and they are all wrong in their own way.
That is the beauty of Fate Zero. Fate Zero is a Greek tragedy before it is some epic battle of magic wizards.
It should be impossible for anyone to actually win this fight, yet through sheer charisma and Giga Chad energy, a winner does emerge. Through his words and actions, Ryder is able to shake Saber's ideology to her core. His words cut deeper than any sword ever could, and if that wasn't enough, he ends things off with a demonstration that shows her what his kingship means. And he uses his noble phantasm, essentially his ult, don't worry about it, a move you
It's just for the sake of flexing too. That's the wildest part. He did not need to do this.
should really not be revealing to your enemies willy-nilly just to prove a goddamn point.
Come on, Gigguk, say flex. You know you want to say flex.
Oh, it was so worth it. This was the most epic conclusion for one of the most gripping dialogue scenes I've experienced from an anime. No matter who would eventually go
And look at how all of his soldiers, they revere him.
on to win the Holy Grail War, ultimately, Ryder won over our hearts in this scene, which was oh so on point for this legendary character.
My bond with them is my greatest treasure, my path to kingship, the ultimate noble phantasm that I possess.
Oh my god. His noble phantasm is the friends he made along the way.
Oh my god, it's true! I didn't think of it that way! But it's so crazy because Ryder didn't find the One Piece. He is the One Piece. Yeah, right. So, no. What's so crazy is everyone's noble phantasm is the thing that their most valuable treasure. Gilgamesh, it's his vast arsenal of weapons. His infinite arsenal of weapons. Right? Because he had so much wealth. For Saber, it was her legendary sword Excalibur that she used to fight so many battles. And for him, it's an endless army of men willing to put their life on the line. Dude, I freaking love that dude. Literally one of my favorite characters of all time. Incredibly based, Mr. Guck.
Alright, that was a really long segment, so you know what? Anime dancers. There's been a lot of
No! We were just talking about something so awesome, not anime dancing. What?
iconic anime dancers throughout the years. Haruharu Yukai if you're in my generation, Chica Dance if you're a goddamn Zoomer, Jujutsu Kaisen ZD if you're on
Notice they're all ending themes. No one wants to dance in the middle of the goddamn show.
TikTok, JoJo's Torture Dance if you're
Oh my god, I take it all back. Talk about JoJo's torture dance. No, he's not gonna do it. This isn't the freaking the quick move. Oh, I love JoJo's torture dance. This scene was one of the scenes of all time. My man is cooking.
on Grindr, but out of everything, there's been one dance I swear I've broken YouTube's replay button watching. Shirobako episode 16.
No!
Alright, so you gotta promise me. Promise me you're not gonna leave this video to find this clip and replay it 10 times
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not going to, I promise.
after I finish playing it. Alright, promise? Like, Pinky promise? I trust you, cause otherwise
Not gonna happen.
but tell your mom. I swear I'm gonna tell her you're a little liar, pants on fire.
Got him.
Play the clip. That's it. That's the scene. You still here?
That was it? He's not even talking about it? He just this little cute little dance that Gigguk probably freaking lost his mind to. That was the whole, what the? This is the most Gigguk random moment in the history of Gigguk random moments.
When people talk about Shonen Battle Series, we say stuff like, damn,
Shonen Battle Series, now we're talking cute dance.
that was such a banger fight scene. Or damn, I can't believe this guy just called Jujutsu Kaisen mid. Or damn, is that a Dragon Ball fan with more than 10 IQ? But beyond the fights,
Hey,
the salt,
someone on Twitter's not gonna be happy with that.
and the hype, nothing has quite sold me on a long-running shonen faster than the 20 minutes of chaos in Chainsaw Man Episode 9 and Makima's Ritual.
Oh god. Yeah, this scene is crazy. I'm with you. I am with you. I am with you every step of the way. This scene is crazy. She crumples people. She crumples them out of existence. Prepare to get crumpled, human!
Am I doing a bit of a cop-out by picking a moment from one of the most hyped recent anime?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh! Sharing a brain cell once again.
Did I want to talk about this?
I wish he did that to my balls, not gonna lie. You know, chat, sometimes I worry about you guys.
Do I have something to clickbait this video with in the thumbnail? Maybe. But this stands out to me as how to do a turning point in your story. Please don't kill me, Mushoku Tensei fans. More than any of the chainsaw massacring fight scenes, more than any of the boob-touching Makima caboose-sniffing action, this showcased that a battle shonen could do more than just drop a cool action scene on you. Because what stood out to me the most is that out of nowhere, the show just turns into a full-on survival horror as Makima looks at Light, laughs in his face, and goes, "Pfft, heart attack? What are you into, little baby shit?" This is how you send a message. What gets me about this?
Calling it a survival horror implies that there is any way to survive. There is only whether you want to live or she doesn't.
This entire sequence, it's just the sheer emotional whiplash after everything that's been built up. We had 7 episodes establishing your usual shonen affair, then in just one episode you realize, oh, the people I thought were safe are definitely not. These villains are way more terrifying than I ever gave them credit for. Then the series doesn't even give us 5 minutes to process that before throwing a fat Uno reverse card in our face. You feel a sense of eerie dread for the bad guys that does a better job than 90% of horror anime have ever done.
Horror anime suck. Yeah, I said it.
The direction, the music, her unsettlingly calm demeanor, the fact that these people can sense that they're about to die a violent death before they do is a fucking horrifying thought. And after everything is said and done, you're like, wait, should I be more terrified of the good guys or the bad guys here?
Oh, the bad guys, but that's because everyone's a bad guy. That's why Chainsaw Man's so good. There are no good guys.
This was just such a brilliantly directed scene from start to finish that went beyond the great action you expect from a shonen. And if that was just a taste of the mayhem to come, Chainsaw Man Season 2 cannot arrive soon enough. Until then, I have to live with the scraps I've got to find out what's really going on behind the terror boner Makima has given us as the true horror antagonist herself.
That was scary.
Flowers of Evil was an anime
I think I've seen it. Is that the one with the weird
that
animation?
looked like this.
Oh! I literally just... Is that the one with the weird animation? Then they show me this. Then they show me this.
Some creative decisions
This was like 2013.
with its art style and aesthetics, and when it aired in 2013,
Oh my god, I knew off the top of my head it was 2013. I am such a weeb. Like, oh my god, I have so much useless knowledge in my brain. Like, I am sometimes impressed and other times horrified by the useless, copious amounts of terrible knowledge I just have in my head.
the internet destroyed it. Meme after meme, screenshot after screenshot.
Well, I wonder why there's a screenshot of this floating. Look at this. What the hell is this?
It got clowned on into obscurity, but now that time has passed, I think people are starting to realize that we didn't really give it a fair chance. Sometimes the visuals look so bloody ridiculous that it looks more like a comedy than a thriller, but behind all that,
Doesn't look like a comedy or a thriller. It looks like oatmeal.
there is a truly amazing story being told here, one that explores the darkest parts of our human emotions that we bury behind the public mask we wear. And there's one scene that has always stuck out to me in this series that everyone had already written off. Flowers of Evil, Episode 7.
Oh my god, it's another episode 7. How could we have seen this?
Takao Kasuga starts the series as someone who believes he is different to everyone because that's the person he wants to be. Pretending to enjoy obscure poetry, being an all-around edgy twat. He's not like other boys. There are 2 wolves inside of him.
One is horny and the other is also horny.
But when
Oh.
Complicated girl.
Complicated women. Just say women. I don't wonder why I get canceled.
I'm fast as fuck, boy.
Nakamura sees him in a moment of weakness. She knows what perverted and sick desires lie beneath the surface he presents. She torments him, wears him down, and blackmails him. Into him for days until you see all of his fake ideals and the facade he wears crumble into nothing. This scene is that breaking point.
Is it the chalkboard scene? Was I literally right on the money? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, over 10 years, a lot of people are like, oh my god, Nux, he's not actually intelligent. He just kind of says shit. Guys, I am straight up a very, very smart motherfucker. And humble. Both of those. Dude. Literally. Like, how? Look at this. My god.
We see him proceed to completely wreck the classroom in an explosion of catharsis as he embraces who he really is. With a sheer, visceral display of emotions, it is almost chilling, watching this manic destruction of their classroom as every layer of his old persona is peeled off one by one.
See, I remember this scene for a totally different reason than you do, Mr. Guck. When I saw this scene, I could tell that the show was trying to make an emotional climax, but I couldn't help but laugh. It's like, this scene is like watching Ricky Berwick on Twitter.
This was the moment where I fully understood the creative vision. That semi-realistic, uncanny look on top of the eerie, unnerving music left me with a symphony of conflicting emotions few anime are able to make me feel. It was equal parts unsettling as it was beautiful. That final shot of the circle of chaos they created is an image that's etched into my mind.
It's almost as wild as the final scene in the time stop hentai, where they were just lying on the floor after he restarted time and
laying there, two messed up teenagers in a room matching how fucked up things are in their head. This was then I understood. This was why the show looked like this. This was what Aku no Hana was meant to be. There was something special here, and it's sad more people didn't give this a chance for a season 2 to be.
I gave it a chance. I even saw this scene before. I even knew you were talking about the chalkboard scene, and I still thought the anime wasn't very good.
Made.
This is a metaphor for sex. This is like she's sitting there on the floor panting with goop on her face. Like, please, like spell it out a little more, would ya? We'll do that.
There are many moments in anime that get me emotional enough to get the waterworks running.
Oh, that's one of the
Sad parts that pull at the heartstring until there are no emotions left to wring out. But sometimes I watch a scene
There's always emotions left to wring out. There's always horny.
That makes me tear up even if there's nothing sad happening on screen. And one of those moments is the running scene from episode 2 of A Place Further Than the Universe.
No! Not A Place Further. This is another one that I just didn't finish. Like, everyone loves this. I couldn't finish it. Oh, God.
This scene hits me every time I rewatch it, bar none. And I still don't fully understand why, because I'm the only one I've talked to that has had this kind of emotional response to this moment.
I feel so happy that I didn't have any emotional response to this moment at all, so I'm happy you're the only one.
But if I had to quantify it, if I could pick a scene that so perfectly captures the
Why are they running? Because they're all basically dropping their entire lives to go for an incredible journey to find Antarctica. So they're all running, dropping all their dreams and ideals that they've done in the past, but that is why they run.
Carefree moments you remember from your younger years, this is it. It is pure freedom.
And they all quit their jobs and drop out of school to go to Antarctica. What an amazing lesson for kids. Follow your dreams. Sorry, I'm just such a cynical man. It is, I'm sure it's a great show. I just haven't given it enough chance.
We all have a cherished memory tucked away somewhere of some dumb crap you got up to as a kid. That one random thing you and your mate did on that summer holiday. Getting up to some stupid antics on that one trip you took with your siblings or family. We didn't realize how precious those moments would be, or how fondly we'd look back on them when we were older. And what gets me is this overwhelming feeling that we're seeing one of these precious memories being made right in front of us. 3 girls going out of their comfort
I'm gonna give this another chance.
zone to go on an adventure and just having the time of their lives doing dumb shit. I will never not adore this moment, maybe even more so than some of the more serious scenes in the series. It might not be the most hype, the most sad, or the most dramatic moment you can find in anime, but it gets me emotional in a way few are ever able to. God, I love this show.
I respect the take. I'm gonna give this another shot. I am gonna give this goddamn show another chance.
And that was everything I had time to talk about today. I didn't even get through a tenth of everything I could have talked about, but I don't want this video to be an hour, so who knows? If you guys like this enough, maybe I'll do some more of these types of
Oh my god, the body parts!
videos. If you didn't already know, I'm going to be touring Europe with Trash Taste in September this year.
pretty
A lot
cool.
of tickets have already sold out, but we have a few venues with some availability, so if you're in the area, get
Check out my man Gigguk. He makes some good anime stuff, and I know that I memed a lot about this on this video about a couple of his picks and stuff, but ultimately I like that this is a personal video. This is a 1-hour anime video. Who does that? This is a very personal video, and I respect it a lot. And honestly, this scene saved the video.
Like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch. Stay weird, fam.